presentation.
The Nationals open their final homestand with a chance to leave a lasting impression on their fans. The Dodgers arrive looking to secure the NL West crown and get ready for the playoffs. Which team will get it done tonight? Hiroki Kuroda faces Livan Hernandez in Game 1. Sure is good to be back home, and if the rain and the weather hold off, it'll be a nice, comfortable evening at the ballpark. Dodgers and Nats, first of 3, and the boys are back in town, and they're playing a contender. The Dodgers have the most wins in the league. The Phillies are about to beat the Marlins in the first of 2, so a lot at stake for the Dodgers on this road trip against the Nationals. Bob Carpenter, Rob Dibble, time of the year when you love to be in their position, and for the Nats, wishful thinking somewhere down the road, hopefully.
And hopefully they can make a little noise against some of these teams. They're going to be playing the Braves an awful lot here in the last week of the season, and now the Dodgers the next 3 games, but not a lot of mystery in these 3 teams. They have great pitching, great defense, and great fielding teams. So, you know, for me, it's all about the offense and the defense and the pitching, and all 3 of those teams on that chart right there show that. But the Dodgers have been excellent all year, but this is the time of year right now they've got some problems. Billingsley's hurting, you know, Kershaw's had the bad shoulder, and then the guy we're facing tonight, Kuroda, took a line shot off the head in mid-August. So they've still got a few question marks, and St. Louis and Philly look to be just as strong going. But Livan Hernandez has a nice chore tonight, just like he has against the Phillies. Go out there, pitch your butt off for maybe 6 or 7 strong innings, and give this team an opportunity to beat the Dodgers. And it won't be easy because, Bob, if you look at that lineup, they've had a field day against him.
Livan's made 30 starts against those guys. First appearance for Kuroda against the Nationals. But, Rob, when we come back, we'll be talking about how well he's been pitching for them lately. And so the Nationals and the Dodgers getting it done tonight. First of 3, it's going to be a series full of highlights. Southwest Airlines. Book your next trip at southwest.com. By PNC Bank. PNC leading the way. And by Jaguar. Visit your local Jaguar dealer for the new 510 horsepower Jaguar XKR and XFR. Beautiful sunset as we look out to the west from Nationals Park here on South Capitol Street tonight. September 22nd. Just for the Nationals, 13 games remaining, and 9 of those on this homestand. Southwest.com lineup for the Dodgers. They're hitting .272, number 1 in the National League. Ronnie Belliart's had a big-time impact in 18 games, hitting over 300. 4 home runs. Where'd that come from? And 14 RBIs. And Ronnie told me, I'm doing my best. I'm glad to be in a pennant race. And he's playing very well for this ball club right now. He'll face a former teammate, Livan Hernandez, who makes his 31st career start against the Dodgers.
PNC Bank scouting report on Mr. Hernandez. He's been outstanding, solid as a rock. 5 starts with the Nationals, 4 of them 3 runs or less, including 2 runs against the Phillies in his last outing. He is a speedster. He will change speeds between 60 and 90, mostly 65 to 88 miles an hour. No one does it better than Livan Hernandez. And then, should the Nationals bring him back, I think his final 3 starts will decide his future with the Nationals. But I say yes, based on those 5 starts so far. He's been outstanding, and he's great for the young pitchers, Bob.
Nationals hope to play some solid defense behind him. Willingham, Harris, and Dukes in the outfield. Guzman and Desmond up the middle with Josh Bart, and then Ryan Zimmerman, Adam Dunn at the corners. When the Nats faced the Dodgers way back about 3.5 months ago, Rafael Furcal was not healthy. He's hitting .257. First pitch at 7:07. Cloudy skies and 75 degrees. It's been looking all day like it was going to rain here in town. It never has, except for a brief shower while the guys were taking early infield and outfield practice today. And Livan throws one in there to Rafael Furcal, 2-1. On-base percentage of .325 for the Dodgers shortstop. 11-year veteran Phil Kazee has the plate. Tom Hallion, the crew chief. Jerry Crawford and Bill Hahn, the veteran crew on the bases. So the Dodgers lead the league at .272. They're 3rd in runs behind the Phillies and the Rockies. They don't hit that many home runs, 2 fewer than the Nationals, and they're 3rd behind the Mets and the Astros in stolen bases. A very efficient, versatile offensive team. And a base hit under the reach of Adam Dunn. And as we start the second final week of the season, just as I say, the Dodgers haven't hit many home runs this year. They've started to hit some lately. Longest active streak in baseball. Adam Dunn against the Dodgers, very good last year. He got to see them a lot playing late for Arizona. And then Hiroki Kuroda has been outstanding. 34-year-old veteran, lots of years in the Central League in Japan, 10 of them to be exact. And Andre Ethier bats second for the Dodgers. And here's a guy, Rob, who's second in the lineup, and he's leading them in home runs and RBIs. That's a real interesting presence at that part of the lineup.
Well, Orlando Hudson's been struggling right now, and since they got Ronnie Belliart, he's been starting almost every game. And I talked to Steve Lyons, the color analyst for the Dodgers, and he just said that Orlando looks like he's out of gas. He went to the All-Star game, so they've had to bump Ethier up in the batting order to try to find someone who can hit and run with Furcal on first. And yeah, normally you don't see a guy with 30 and 100 hitting in the number 2 hole.
And after falling behind again 2-0, Livan gets one on the outside corner. Ethier's in the top 4 in the league in extra base hits with 75. Long look. The runner holds, and it's ball 3. For Kyle, by the way, his running game not nearly what it used to be because of his injuries this year. He's only attempted 14 steals and stolen 9. He was a guy you could always count on him for 30 to 40 steals a year. And you know who's next? Will Manny be batting with 2 men aboard? Runner goes. Ball 4. 2 on, nobody out. Livan Hernandez, 72nd walk. As soon as Livan retires a batter tonight, he's at 200 innings. Will Manny Ramirez be that man? Everywhere the Dodgers go, mixed reaction to Manny Ramirez. Doesn't seem to be a whole lot of gray area among fans whether they like him or not.
That's painful, though. 7 for 10 lifetime off of Livan.
Manny's only played 94 games this year, 59 RBIs. And he hits one high in the air to center. It'll play for Willie Harris. Rafael Furcal is tagging at second base. Willie does the right thing, throws into second, keeping Ethier at first, and a big out here in the first inning.
Well, Manny moves the runners along as Furcal tags and goes to third. And there you see where the Dodgers rank. And when you look at Mr. Torre over there, 12 straight postseason appearances. This will make number 13.
Now one of the Dodgers' hottest hitters, Matt Kemp.
And I find it interesting, two of the most well-balanced teams and organizations in the major leagues, both of them in the Los Angeles area with the Angels and the Dodgers.
Well, some fans out there have been dreaming about a Freeway World Series for a long time. Matt Kemp, only 24 years of age, establishing himself as one of the good young sluggers in this league. Good outfielder. He can run. 34 stolen bases. And a breaking ball from Livan had him out ahead.
Well, he is a huge guy, and he's got tremendous power, speed, everything. Looks like a tight end in football. There you see some of the games on the road for Matt Kemp this year.
Target away. And a breaking ball caught by Josh Bart out of the strike zone. Adam Dunn has to hold Ethier. Hot shot, shortstop, Guzman, Desmond, and a very good 6-4-3 by the Nats. They turn their 142nd double play of the year. Livan always one pitch away from out of the inning. It took a good play. Happy to be back home. Hopefully the offense will wake up. The Nationals are down to 10th in runs and homers and down to 6th in batting average. Elijah Duke still has that serious on-base average thing going. 21 consecutive games aboard. 16 of his 38 walks on the year during that time. 6'1", 220, 34 years of age. Born in Osaka, lives in Hiroshima, and that's Hiroki Kuroda, who went 9-10 for the Dodgers in 31 starts last year, 7-6 this time around.
Well, Mr. Kuroda, the PNC Bank scouting report, as you see, 34. He's a strike master, 20 walks in 107 innings pitched. And his 4th start since being hit in the head with a line drive by Rusty Rial, and you will see 7 types of pitches from him, including a 94 fastball and a shuto, which is basically a screwball or a frisbee.
Willie Harris in that leadoff spot. Nothing but fly balls lately for Willie, and he's out on 1 pitch. The Nats have got to get some people on base for the middle of the order, Rob. It's just not happening. And against the Dodgers, the 4th best defensive team in the major leagues, or the National League at least, they're not going to hurt themselves defensively. Ronnie Belliard starting up the middle these days with Rafael Furcal. But there just haven't been enough people on base in recent games. I think the Nats are really feeling, 1 month later, the absence of Nyjer Morgan. Russell Martin, one of the better young catchers in the game.
Well, and their backup catcher, Brad Ausmus, over on their bench, is going to be a free agent at the end of the year. And one thing Rick Honeycutt, their pitching coach, told me months ago is that the best influence on Russell Martin has come from Brad Ausmus and how to handle this pitching staff. He's done a wonderful job.
And Guzman flares one off to the left side. Russell Martin's actual last name is Russell Jensen Martin. I didn't know that.
Now you do.
He's got one of those hyphenated last names. Jeanson. And he's doing that this season in tribute to his mother's side of the family, the last name Jensen. Two-two to Guzman. That is just foul. Guzman struggling. Another bat. Very quiet, top of the lineup, batting 179 over his last 30 games. Nationals batting average down to 261. He's gone. 2 outs. Guzman striking out for the 73rd time this year.
Nice moving fastball right here. There's the 2-seam. It comes back across the plate at 92 miles an hour. That is a pretty blistering sinker fastball combination there by Kuroda. And as I said before, that shoot toe, if you know the movie Mr. Baseball, it is they call it a gyro ball, a screwball, I would call it. It's a great changeup that some of these Japanese pitchers feature.
Tom Selleck didn't have any problem with it.
He couldn't hit the shuto. That was the equalizer. Remember, he was over there taking batting practice. He's crushing everything, and then they're like, shuto. And then he couldn't hit that.
Yeah. Ryan Zimmerman batting with the bases empty. 1 ball, 1 strike. And by the way, the Phillies just finished off that win over the Marlins 9-3. Florida 9 games behind Philadelphia. The Marlins' hopes are fading in a hurry. The Braves are still hopeful. They actually continue their series at New York tonight with Jair Jurgens against Nelson Figueroa.
You see the 94-mile-an-hour heat. And I was looking at the bio on Martin. His whole name is Russell Nathan Coltrane Jensen Martin.
Wow.
He's from East York, Canada.
Zimmerman reaches out and gets the big part of the bat on that one. And for Ryan, his 166th hit of the year. He's in the top 10 in the league.
Well, you know he's going to throw a lot of strikes, as I already said about Kuroda. He throws nothing but strikes, 20 walks in 108 innings pitched. Throws a hanging breaking ball right here, about 86 miles an hour, and it is pulled through the hole. It's a good pitch, but better hitting by Zim.
In that Philly win, Joe Blanton went 7 shutout innings on 2 pitches. Pardon me, 2 hits.
But 2 pitches, you were about right.
Well, he worked about that fast. And then Josh Johnson again goes only 5 for the Marlins, but he struck out 10 batters in giving up 4 runs on 7 hits.
Well, they continue to watch his innings pitched, and they're 5 back, or were 5 back for the Marlins in the wild card, and 8 back of the Phillies before that game. Now they're 9 back in the division. So I don't think they're conceding as much as they're saying, listen, he is our best pitcher and one of the top 5 in the game. Let's not wear him out. He's never been up this high in innings pitched.
15-game winner Jorge De La Rosa goes later tonight for Colorado at home against San Diego. And a 1-1 to Dunn, target in. The Dodgers pitching staff has the best ERA in all of baseball, 3.41. That is 1/2 run per game lower than the American League leader, Seattle. They wanted the pitch up. That's where Russell Martin put the mitt. And that's where he got it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Shift is on. Straight away in the outfield. Dunn takes it low, 3-2. And Ryan Zimmerman will be off and moving with the pitch as James Loney now backpedals to play behind him.
Look at that, 30 points higher on batting average done on the road.
Interesting. Home runs about the same, RBIs not much different.
Well balanced.
Zimmerman moving. Dunn staying alive.
Got the shoe toe. It spun away and he hit it off the end of the bat. Well, they've got some issues in their rotation right now. If the playoffs were to start today, it would probably be Randy Wolf, Padilla, Kuroda, possibly Kershaw, but he's still got these shoulder problems. And it's not the left shoulder, it's the right shoulder. He slammed into the wall and slightly dislocated his shoulder in batting practice about 10 days ago. Wasn't the most brilliant thing the young left-hander did.
3-2, and Dunn fouls it away left side again.
And Billingsley has been put in the bullpen for the time being because he's been so ineffective. So maybe their best pitcher, Billingsley, might not even start in the first round. Pitching coach Rick Honeycutt has done a wonderful job and actually kind of mentored as a player under Dave Duncan, Tony La Russa's reign in Oakland. Setup guy for Hall of Famer Dennis Eckersley.
3-2 again. Dunn, great at bat. Breaking ball down and in. Takes a walk. 2 on, 2 out. And a chance for Josh Willingham to do some damage. The last time the Nationals played the Dodgers was 4 months and 15 days ago. The lineup was Guzman, Nick Johnson, Zimmerman, Dunn, Dukes in center field. Willingham in left, Jesus Flores catching, Anderson Hernandez at second base. Things have changed a bit. And of course, Jim Riggleman was the bench coach at that time. Alex Cintron was the only switch hitter off the bench in that series. And the Nats are going to make him work long and hard here in the bottom of the first inning.
There you go. The first inning, a 2 earned run average with the 164 batting average against. But after that, goes up over 2 runs, almost 100 points in batting average, and 9 homers.
Fastball in there to Willingham. And I don't think during this series you're going to see Jim Riggleman experimenting a lot with people in different positions like we saw a bit in New York over the weekend. He said during that series against contending teams you won't see much experimentation going on. Willingham on a pitch inside, fouls it.
And that clipped Russell Martin as it went by. Got him, looked like the back of the thigh.
And the Nats played the Dodgers out there back in early May. I thought Russell Martin was the best looking defensive catcher I'd seen in quite some time. He handles that mitt back there like a first baseman. 1-2 to Josh. Target away. Way outside, 2-2. Because of the double play ball, Lee Vaughn threw 16 pitches in the top of the first. And with Elijah Dukes waiting here in the bottom of the inning, 24 already for Kuroda. Working extremely slowly. Josh getting time from Phil Kazee. Season series is 1-1. The Nats split a short 2-game series with the Dodgers way back in May. 3-2. Now, Rob, we often hear from you and other pitchers we've talked to about the pitching approach in Japan. With all the junk they throw over there and the long counts they go to, do they worry about pitch counts?
I don't think they worry about Kuroda so much, although this is his 4th outing since he got knocked in the head with a line drive.
He's got the fastball to throw by Willingham. So he didn't throw junk on 3-2. No score.
Now, this is the 3rd annual Jerseys Off Their Back. Now, for $5, you can buy a raffle ticket and get a chance to win one of Sunday's game-worn jerseys. Just put your ticket right into here, and they will pick you, hopefully, as a winner, and you'll be able to come out on the field and receive your jersey. Bob, Rob, back over to you.
Thank you, Debbie. And if you're here on Sunday, you'll be presented your jersey on the field. If you win and you're not here Sunday, the Nationals will arrange to have it shipped to you. Coming off that double play ball, Livan Hernandez throws it outside to James Loney. Homegrown Dodger. First round draft choice. The 11th overall player taken, but that was 7 years ago. Guzman makes another good pick tonight. Wow. I wonder if he's doing that for Ronnie Belliard's benefit in that other dugout. He's made 2 really good plays here.
I don't care whose benefit he's doing it for. This is some great defense right there. Picks off a hit by James Loney. Perfect strike over to Dunn. So you'll get nothing and like it on that one hop shot off of Loney's bat.
Next up, 35-year-old veteran Casey Blake. Ronnie Belliard's on deck. Don't hit it to shortstop, Ron.
He hasn't been hitting a lot of balls on the ground.
4 of his 9 home runs since going to the Dodgers 18 games ago, and I think he had one in his first game.
Yeah, he did.
I think I remember we were in San Diego and we were marveling at Belliard's first game as a Dodger. Home run number 6.
He's 17 for 56, 4 doubles, 4 homers, 14 runs driven in.
And Casey Blake's going to give the at bat away with a check swing right to Adam Dunn. A look back at Ronnie Belliard. Nifty play with Guzman on a 4.63. Nifty play with Guzman on a 4.63. And he was the kind of hitter, and Rob, he would muscle up occasionally and hit the ball really well. He took Randy Johnson deep on that one.
Ned Colletti told me right after they acquired Belliard, he's a big game player, and he loves being in the playoff hunt here with the Dodgers, and he has stepped up. And if the playoffs were to start today, he'd be the starting second baseman for the Dodgers. That's how hot he is. That's how well he's playing. And the Dodger announcers agree that Belliard loves the limelight, and he can still hit.
In the division series in 06 for the eventual world champion Cardinals, he went 6 for 13 with 2 RBIs, 6 more hits with 2 RBIs in the LCS before he faded 0 for 12 in the series. But he's an experienced postseason guy. Ronnie's 34, been there, done that. And the Nats traded him to the Dodgers August 30th. For right-handed pitcher Luis Garcia, and the player to be named later, it turned out to be Victor Garate. Three and 2. Livan tried to bait him with a breaking ball. Belliard took it. He's aboard on Livan's second walk.
Knowing that Ronnie Belliard doesn't like to walk too much, Livan tries to get him to go fishing on that outside breaking ball. Ronnie is a different player now that he's with the Dodgers, and right before he got traded, he started going the other way with some hits too, and that really opened up his game. Probably opened up a few scouts and evaluators' eyes too.
Well, and the interesting thing about that is he probably doesn't get those at bats if Alberto Gonzalez hits better after the All-Star break.
And we don't trade Anderson Hernandez.
Yeah. You know, the Nats were waiting for one of those 2 young guys to take command of second base. On a breaking ball, a good pitch on which to run, but Guzman's taking care of business at shortstop tonight. Bottom of the second coming up in a scoreless game. Elijah Dukes, that on-base streak is at 21 games. Bard and Desmond to follow. Nice, comfortable evening at the ballpark out there near the red porch, and our Masson pre and post game set. Bottom of the second coming up every Sunday, and there's one more left here at Nationals Park. It's a Screech giveaway on Family Fun Day. Pre-game player autographs, post-game kids run the bases, and this Sunday the first 5,000 kids 12 and under receive a free Build-A-Bear Workshop Screech. You can take him home and he'll spend the entire fall and winter with you. Nats and Braves at 1:35. Tickets at nationals.com or 202-675-NATS.
Oh, awesome!
Thank you, Screech. Never heard him talk before.
No, he just ran it. He just flew out of here.
That was you. You don't fool me, Double.
We want to see Screech raise that flag up.
Yeah.
Above the 10th fan.
Elijah hitting at 259. 364 during this on base streak of his. That ball really had overspin on it. Casey Blake had to be tough to get behind that one for the first out. This kind of player Casey Blake is, though. That's a guy. This guy really gives you an honest day's work for a day's pay.
Well, sometimes you have to let the ball play you if it's hit that hard. And Casey Blake, one of the best third basemen, he has trouble getting the grip. Exmo doing a wonderful job of picking up all the action. And yes, he does get Elijah Dukes by a couple of steps, but great concentration by the third secker. They're all sporting beards.
Casey Blake was a good pickup by the Dodgers just more than a year ago for their stretch run in 0. In fact, the Nationals were in LA the week they picked him up from Cleveland. Josh Bard, the hitter. Fastball up.
See Russell Martin with a beard back there. It's kind of a time-honored tradition in hockey. Grow the beards for the playoffs. But I think you started when the playoffs start.
Bard hits it well the other way. Base hit. We don't see Josh do that very often the opposite way. And he's aboard with one out. That gives the Nats at least the possibility of getting this inning down to the number 9 spot.
Well, 94-mile-an-hour sinking fastball away. The only thing you can do if you're smart is go with it, take it the other way, and Josh does that for Kyle. No chance. Good piece of hitting right there by Mr. Bard. But you were asking me about Japanese pitching. They pitch away from contact. It's one of the things that's toughest to make the Japanese pitchers when they come over here change a little of their mentality. Kuroda's been able to make that adjustment. But if you were to draw a circle around the strike zone here in this the United States, the major leagues here, they would be on the outside of it, almost every one of them, and to get them to come back inside a little difficult. And Kiyagawa, who was signed for 40-something million by the Yankees, was never able to master that and has not pitched much at the major league level.
Evidently, for Japanese television, pitch track would be a bad investment.
Yes, it would. Well, you'd have to enlarge it a little bit, but I think they're more on the borders of our square over here.
Yeah.
But that's just the way they are. I mean, I've played over there on an all-star tour. They have smaller ballparks. They can't sit there and just live inside the strike zone. They'd get killed.
Ian Desmond hitting .375. Playing in his 9th game as a major leaguer. 12 hits and 32 at-bats.
Let's see this Japanese delivery. A lot of them have some kind of hitch or stop. And there you see Kuroda's. Very deceptive. Very nice leg drive. And they repeat their deliveries as well as anybody in the major leagues.
0-2 pitch, going to be upstairs. It is.
I mean, Hideo Nomo was phenomenal. He did that whole turn, hands above the head, and then come in and throw you some fork piece 80-mile-an-hour changeup in the dirt. One Rookie of the Year, do some no-hitters over here. It's an excellent pitcher.
That ball is well hit to center.
Get up!
Desmond really hits it hard, and Kemp, a great athlete, is back to grab it.
Yeah, Kemp, who has 34 stolen bases, has some wheels out in center field. He may be large, but he can play large.
He played high school and AAU basketball in the Oklahoma City area with a kid named Sheldon Williams, who went on to have a great career at Duke. And I asked Matt recently, tell me about your basketball career. He said, that's way overblown. He said, I was his teammate. I was not a great basketball player. I made the right choice.
Well, he could probably run up and down the court. You see that hanging breaking ball, and he goes out there into basically our Death Valley and brings that sucker home.
He made that look pretty easy, actually.
Yeah, he did.
He was recruited by Kelvin Sampson to play basketball at Oklahoma out of Midwest City High School.
I just like that Ian Desmond continues to scorch the ball. They may be catching him.
He does.
But he is tattooing them.
Here's Levon. Good hitting pitcher himself, and that's 0-2. Ball hit him in the foot. I was about to say, had that pitch gone one at bat longer, you and I so impressed on the road trip. He didn't get the hits. We're talking about Desmond that he had gotten before, but he continues to hit the ball hard. And in 9 ball games spanning 33 at bats, he's only struck out 5 times.
Yeah, he makes contact very well. He really squares up the ball, which is the big thing at this level. A lot of guys swing and miss. A lot of guys, you watch them in BP, they're popping it up in the cage. He hits a lot of things hard, square on the bat, and he continues to do that. He'll get a job up here. Meaning next year to start the season. And that's everybody's ultimate goal, to make the opening day roster.
Levon 7 for 47 this year. And you have to pitch this guy like a regulation hitter. They lay one in here on 1 and 2. He'll hit his 10th career home run. '75 career runs batted in, and a 1-2 delivery. That'll get him a fastball up and away at the edge of the strike zone. 3 Ks for Kuroda so far. No score into the 3rd.
Has done such a great job in the field. He just continues to make the dazzling plays, and that's something that Jim Riggleman appreciates.
The way he's gone after pop-ups as a shortstop, balls that get hit into left field and center field, down third baseline, the way he's gone after those balls and made plays, kind of reminiscent of Sean Dunston.
That athleticism that Desmond has displayed on the diamond is something that has really added to his versatility at the different positions he's played. Bob?
Well, and I think we saw that Sean Dunston type arm over the weekend in New York when he played shortstop. Remember the play where Zimmerman almost cut in front of him?
Yes.
He called Zim off, rifled one to first base, and he has some kind of gun over there. And then Christian Guzman's played very well at shortstop tonight. Here's Kuroda leading off. Guzzi's already got a good sweat worked up in that ball cap tonight.
Well, and out of respect to our other outfielders, I hope that Jim Riggleman does not try to experiment with Desmond in the outfield again this season. Send him to instructional league, the fall league in Arizona, but we have too many guys that could be playing out there well defensively. You don't need to experiment too much. Let him play the middle infield and keep it right there.
Yeah, the drive by David Wright Saturday in New York probably costing the Nationals that game.
Well, and John Lannan, and those guys are working too hard. And I've said this about spring training. It's hard enough trying to make clubs and things like that, and then they'll throw double A and single A guys at different positions. You don't want to do that in the regular season. Plus, Elijah Dukes wants to play every day.
Yeah. He wasn't happy about being out of the lineup Saturday. Levon will let it go because he read the angle and knew Guzman was there. And Guzman's throwing out everybody tonight. Top of the order coming up. And he has dazzled us so far tonight.
Well, some shots off the bats and maybe playing in this meaningful game here against the Dodgers down the stretch. He's brought that glove back to life. Christian Guzman. Both of those are not routine plays.
Yeah.
That double play
for Kyle is next, and then Ethier.
I was going to say the double play in the first inning saved a run, so it kept them off the scoreboard early. And maybe a little pressure from Ian Desmond.
Competition's a good thing on a ball.
Absolutely. Feeling the heat of the kid next to him.
Rafael Furcal, 31 years of age now, in his 4th year with the Dodgers. I'm not sure he can go back to Atlanta again after the episode they had prior to the season when he was a free agent, when they felt that they had a verbal agreement and Furcal bagged him and went back to the Dodgers. That was on the heels of a .357 average last year, but he only played 36 games. He's had some injury issues the last couple of years. 3-1 pitch. He gets under it, hits it well, heading for the scoreboard. So's Dukes, and Elijah can't get there, but he grabs it right off the glass and makes a good play to get the ball back in. If an outfielder makes a mistake and that ball gets away, it's a triple and maybe 4 bags. And he has the first half of a cycle here.
Well, Furcal still has some great speed. As Bob said, he's been hampered by some injuries. He only has 9 stolen bags this year. But he does turn on the jets. Dukes plays it very well off that scoreboard. That's flashing all kinds of different colors and maybe even hid the ball a little bit. But Elijah gets it back in and keeps him to a double.
That kid's a good ball player when he's healthy. No doubt about that. Here's Ethier, who walked first time. Levon gets one on the corner.
Well, I think some of the worst things that can happen, especially to a guy like Furcal over his career, is to hit 15 or 14 home runs and think he's a home run hitter. And thus, this guy, lifetime .283 batting average, could easily be up around 300 if he'd take more hits than swinging for the fences. But go back to 2002 with the Braves, struck out 114 times, had a .323 on base percentage. Say, little guy that thinks he's got too much power. He really doesn't.
Yeah. I'd say the deal to trade Milton Bradley to Oakland back in December of '05 looks pretty good for the Dodgers now. Andre Ethier came from Oakland to LA in that deal.
Wow.
How about that?
Yeah, how about the Cubs sent Milton Bradley home?
And then the following year, Ethier comes out in his rookie year and hits .308. 9th highest batting average ever by a Dodger rookie. And they've had the greatest rookies over the years than any other ball club. Now Guzman goes out to take that pop-up. And with the runner at 2nd and 2 outs, it'll be Manny Ramirez.
Was it about open? 4 straight years they won the Rookie of the Year?
Oh, yeah, and they've had more than anybody ever. He was 6th in the Rookie of the Year voting that time, and Here are the cheers, the applause, and the boos and the jeers for Manny Ramirez, who swung at the first pitch and flied out to center first time up. Well, my personal feeling is the fans shouldn't give a pass to a guy who was caught doing something illegal. The Dodgers had to do without him for 2 months. Numbers aren't bad, considering he missed a third of the season. 19 homers, 59 batted in.
Pitch. Fastball up. He challenges Manny, and Manny loses. He has been scuffling. He hit 188 on this last homestand. Has not been hitting like Manny Ramirez. Last year had one of the greatest couple of months ever.
Yeah, part of that was in this ballpark. The Dodgers came in here late last year too after they picked him up, and I counted 10 out of 12 balls he hit hard in that series.
53 games, hit 396, 17 homers, 53 driven in, a 489 on base percentage, a 743 slugging percentage. He was on fire. Gave up $40 million left over on his contract with the Red Sox to get out of that deal and come to LA, and waived his no trade clause, and then, as Bob said, got caught for a performance enhancing drug in spring training. And this is probably one of those guys, Bob, too, that never needed to do anything, just like A-Rod.
He's one of the great hitters.
Yeah, he's one of the greatest hitters. I mean, 546 home runs, 1,784 RBI, lifetime 314 average, lifetime on base percentage of 411.
12 All-Star games, including 11 straight.
He's coming up on 2,500 hits.
A World Series MVP, a batting champ. Why? That's a good breaking ball.
I'm going to tell you why. Guys like A-Rod, Manny, I think it's vanity. I think it's as much, okay, everybody else is doing it, and/or I might look good.
Nothing's good enough. Huh?
Yeah. I'm already the best. Maybe I can be a little bit better. I think it's greedy and selfish. And I also think these guys don't want to get old. They want to be this good till they're 50. It's not possible. Wasn't intended to be like that.
Haven't they ever seen the commercial where the statue falls apart bit by bit? And that's what happens to bodies with steroids.
Well, some of these guys use the HGH too, which a lot of older people are using that. They call it the fountain of youth drug. It's more of a recovery drug. You're able to work out, come back the next day, and feel the exact same way and not be in pain. And at 37 years old, maybe this guy thinks he's getting old.
2-2 pitch. That's fair. Zimmerman can't get it, and the Dodgers take the lead. Manny Ramirez into second base after his 60th RBI. First base was open there. Kemp was coming up next. Let's see where Levon put this ball.
As I said before, he was 3 for 16 on this last home stand. He gets a pitch on the inner half. All he does is drop the hammer down. And Manny drops the head of the bat, hits it down the left field line for Call could walk home. So 2 outs with the base open. I don't know if you want to walk Manny.
Well, it's not like Levon
struggled, right?
Not like Levon threw it right down the middle. He did go down to get it, but it was.
The guy came in today hitting 700 off of you.
Yeah, I'd pitch around it. Say to my young Mr. Kemp, let's see what you've got. This kid was a 6th round draft choice back in '03. Wasn't in the minor leagues very long. He was in the big leagues at the age of 21 in '06. Matt Kemp. That's a tapper right in front of the plate. Josh Bart simply had to step out and get it. And the Nats are out of the inning, but the Dodgers on Furcal and Ramirez doubles lead 1-0. Not very happy in pink, though, that one. The Nats kick off a 3-game series against the Mets Monday. And the first 20,000 fans in attendance Monday night get a free team photo and also a 2010 early bird schedule. That'll help you make your ticket plans for next year. Get them at nationals.com or 202-675-NATS. Get your red on. Lovely night here at the ballpark. How about some offense? Willie Harris is 1 for his last 13, and 9 of those outs have been fly balls. They're pitching Willie high, and until he lays off the ball, they're going to keep throwing it up at his letters.
No, he's really got to try to get up on top of it, get that back shoulder into it, try to hit down, slash it maybe to the left side. Josh Bard. Big breaking ball by Kuroda, but maybe look for that fastball, the sinking fastball away, and just slash it into left field.
Let's see where they throw him on 0-2. See how high up Martin's glove comes. Not much there. They were just going to jam the heck out of him under his hands. And the count 0-2 to Willie Harris, whose batting average is down to .223. Guzman next, and then Zimmerman here in the second. And Willie Harris, that ball hit the ground after he swung and missed. Strikeout number 4 for Kuroda.
Told you he's got about 7 different pitches and pitch locations and different arm angles, and right there throws the changeup down in the dirt.
Mets have an early run in that game against the Braves, top of the 4th. At Citi Field, 1-0 New York. And the Phillies and the Marlins are underway in game 2 of their doubleheader, no score bottom first. In that nightcap, Jamie Moyer, Anibal Sanchez. Phillies won their 88th game of the year earlier today, and they're tied with St. Louis in the win column. Dodgers have 90. And a little tapper. Corona falls, keeps his wits about him, and gets it over to first for the second out. 8 o'clock here at Nationals Park in our nation's capital. We're on the air. The Nats have won 29 and lost 43. The Dodgers are 42-30 on the road, and they're 16-12 against the East. Here on Masson HD, Bob, Rob, and Debbie with our outstanding Masson crew from the ballpark. Screech T-shirts for the first 10,000 through the gates tonight. It's a Screech week here, with the Build-A-Bear Screeches available on Sunday. Here's Zimmerman. Ryan hit the ball hard into left field first time. Breaking ball high. You know, it's interesting, Rob, about that best record in the league thing. It's not like St. Louis and Philadelphia can clinch their divisions and then rest people that much. They still have to keep winning games, because if you don't, you may have to open on the road against the Dodgers, and nobody wants that.
Nope. Nobody wants to be that team that has to go to LA even though they win their division and face that Dodgers staff. But as I said before, they're a little bit up in the air. Their two youngsters might not even be in that starting rotation. So they're lucky, and actually John Garland has thrown the ball very well. So you got Padilla, late season pickup by the Dodgers, and John Garland, a late season pickup by the Dodgers. They may start in the postseason for the Dodgers.
2-1 to Zimmerman. We'll see Vicente Padilla in this series. That ball hugs the dirt up the middle, booted by Furcal, and Ryan Zimmerman's aboard with 2 outs on what should be Rafael Furcal's 19th error of the year.
Well, this may be his 19th error. I would say probably 15 of those are throwing errors. Has an exceptional arm, but because of some mechanical issues over the course of his entire career, he will launch some balls up into the stands.
Well, we don't want to get obsessed with home runs, but it sure would be fun to see Adam Dunn hit at least 3 more of these last 2 weeks to get to 40. He's hit exactly 40 the last several years. Drove in exactly 100 last year. He's at 101 now. Tough pitcher to center the ball on, though. He throws strikes with his breaking ball to all different quadrants of the zone.
Well, and I think it's also hard to subtract a pitch here or subtract a pitch there from Kuroda. He throws so many different looking pitches.
Yeah,
he's a lot like Levon in that sense, but he can throw 95 right by you, as he did to Josh Willingham. So he's kind of like Levon with a great fastball.
Josh really isn't that close to Adam. Well, maybe he is. Willingham's probably 35 feet behind the back foot of Adam Dunn, nowhere near the on-deck circle. All right, there they are. Willingham's one of the most eager on-deck hitters in baseball. When he's in the hole, he's on the top step of the dugout. 2-1 to Dunn, target inside. There goes one to right field. Did he get enough? Yes, he did. Number 38. And the Nationals lead 2-1.
That away, Bobby. Over and done. And Ron Vallone has number 38 in his hand. We've talked about it all year since Adam Dunn signed on with the Nationals. If he could hit 40 this year, he'd be all by himself. 6 consecutive years with 40 home runs, one more than Babe Ruth, and that's number 38. And Kuroda can't believe it, but you know what? You hang it, we'll bang it, buddy.
And the error really stings now. 2 unearned runs. Here's Willingham. And the Nats lead 2-1. For the Nationals, their 143rd homer of the year. The Dodgers have only given up 118. Yeah, that's how strong Adam Dunn is. He didn't come close to getting all that one.
I think he got jammed.
And he still got it out of here.
I think he jammed himself.
Where that ball went over the wall, probably about 345 or 350. Hey, they don't have to all be 425.
No.
1-1 to Willingham. Breaking ball away, 1-2.
Well, when Mark McGuire broke Roger Maris's record, the shortest one he hit all year, number 62. Would you agree?
70. 62 and 70
60.
barely cleared the left field wall.
No, it's kind of a bullet.
Yeah, he killed him. But in terms of distance, you're right. 5 strikeouts for Kuroda. But the Furcal error on the Zimmerman ball, and Adam Dunn makes it hurt in the worst way possible. See you later. 2-1 Nats. He was a few minutes ago, and the LA fan is forcing her smile right now. 2-1 Nationals. 5.5 months ago, we were told know what to expect from Adam Dunn. He's proven everybody right.
Oh, most definitely. And the big thing about him is what he's done to the rest of the lineup. I mean, it's not just what Adam Dunn can do for you. It's what can he do for Ryan Zimmerman, Josh Willingham, now Elijah Dukes. And you hear all of these guys talk about his patience at the plate, what kind of approach he has at the plate. And then when Adam Dunn can do something with the bat in his hand, it's even that much more special. But I think he's been everything and then some. And if you think about how much money he signed for, I think he's been a pretty good steal for the Washington Nationals this year.
Bargain of the year. That was not a cash for clunkers program when the Nationals picked him up. It was not a whole lot of cash and a big time slugger. Top of the 4th inning, Levon has the lead. Let's see what he does with it. 2 balls and 1 strike to the leadoff man, James Loney. Levon threw 3, 52 pitches, 27 strikes. That ball drilled up the middle. 1 hopper right to Willie Harris. We were talking about the rookies of the year by the Dodgers. It's an unbelievable list, Rob, over the years. They had 5 in a row, 92 to 96.
Well, check that out. I mean, that's some great evaluators, and our crew did some more research. The Dodgers 4 straight rookies of the year: Rick Sutcliffe, Steve Howe, Fernando Valenzuela, and Steve Sachs, 79 to 82. So that organization is one of the best ever at evaluating talent. Now, obviously, Hideo Nomo in that other graphic came over from Japan, but still, that's a lot of talent, and those guys, most of them have tremendous careers.
And I think the other thing that tells you is because of the great farm system that Branch Rickey was the architect of, over those years, the Dodgers didn't bring young men to the major leagues until they were ready. And that's why they got here and won that award.
Goodness gracious. I mean, you're talking 50 years ago, they had 60 minor league clubs. You know, I mean, they used to have tons of talent. Now you're down to about 6 or 7 teams at the minor league level.
And by the way, Tommy Lasorda's in town. They had a tribute to him over at the Smithsonian today. And some ex-Dodgers came in. Our old friend from Masson and former Dodger Tom Paciorek in town for that today. Tom played with Bobby Valentine on that great Spokane team that Tommy Lasorda managed back in the early 70s that was voted the greatest minor league team ever. And a lot of those guys made it to the big leagues.
3-0 pitch just misses the outside corner of the strike zone. Actually hit that corner.
Casey Blake thought he had walked. Mark Lerner was over there today, saw that exhibit, thought it was awesome. Runner goes, good jump, and another base hit. Loney, because Willie Harris charged it so well, could not go to third. That looked like a guaranteed first and third, nobody out off the bat, but Willie played it well. Ronnie Belliard coming up.
Great hit and run right here. Great pitch to hit and run on. It's a fastball. Casey Blake takes it right back up the box. Very unselfish. It's one of his strengths. Last year coming over from the Cleveland Indians. Everybody thought it was just Manny Ramirez helped them get to the playoffs. Well, Casey Blake and his glove and his unselfishness also helped the Dodgers an awful lot.
Belliard jumping all over that first one.
Well, we knew Ronnie wasn't going to get cheated at the plate after he walked the first at bat.
Yeah. Gary Sheffield would be proud of some of Ronnie's swings. He gets after it. That's a base hit to right center. Loney will score. Willie Harris boots it. Runners moving up all over the place. Second and third. That'll be an error on Willie Harris after the RBI hit by Belliard, and the game is immediately tied up here.
Well, as we talked about before, one of the things that probably got him picked up by the Dodgers in a trade was him going the other way. You saw the ridiculous swing on the first one. If you hit it, it's probably a home run. Then he cuts down, gets more defensive. He now has 15 RBI in 17 games with the Dodgers.
Matt Kemp with a 12-game hitting streak, and Ronnie Belliard with all those RBIs, the two hottest Dodger hitters. Second and third, nobody out. No double play possibility out there, so the infield plays in. And Russell Martin. They're going to walk him with nobody out to get to the pitcher.
Well, what happens here is now you get Kuroda up there. Bases juice. There's a force at every base. You could possibly get a ground ball, go home to first for double play.
The other thing to keep mindful of, Casey Blake, veteran guy, not a speed demon, but a good heads-up ball player. He's the kind of guy you could squeeze with as a runner at third.
So Rivera now tossing in the Nationals bullpen, but this last homestand, including Sunday's game, Russell Martin only hit 182. He's in a slump. 4 for 22, 0 for 4 on Sunday.
And the thinking that I was exploring there, Rob, if you make a mistake on a suicide squeeze, it's usually one out, and then you still have the bases loaded. If you had this guy swinging away, it might be a double play. Steve McCatty will come out and talk to the infield about this situation.
Well, talk strategy right here. How are you going to pitch this guy? Where we want to play our infield? What do you guys want to do? Basically, Steve McCatty and Jim Riggleman saying, listen, the game's in your hands, leave on, and our infielders, and you can even keep it at 2 right there, or Dodgers could open up the floodgates here.
Now Rivera sits down and Marco Estrada gets up.
Interesting. We want the right-hander up, not that right-hander.
Interesting situation here. Let's see how Joe Torre plays it. Joe, of course, before he came back to the National League, managed in this league with Atlanta, the Mets, and St. Louis. He played National League ball, so he's well versed in all the intricacies of this league. Pitcher shows no sign of squaring around, strike one. Kuroda is a respectable hitter. In just under 2 years in the major leagues, he has 11 hits. In the air, right field. Dukes. Does he catch it and throw it in? He does. And he does it perfectly. Keeping that throw low enough for the cutoff man. And the Nats get a very important first down.
Well, and give Adam Dunn credit, too, for going to the right side of first base to be the cutoff man on that play.
Yeah, he's got to read the angle between Dukes and the catcher, right?
Yep, and he did a great job. Elijah Dukes will come in. You see the Exmo on the catch. Fan almost tried to interfere. Then he plays himself off the wall. And then he throws a perfect strike to Adam Dunn right there. You see him behind, I think it's Shelby at first, isn't it?
Mariano Duncan.
Oh, Mariano Duncan, excuse me. Shelby's with the Orioles. But used to do that over there, though.
He did. He was a Dodger coach. By the way, hats off and a thank you to the gentleman in the yellow shirt down there who pulled his hands back out of the field of play when he saw the fielder approaching. He played it well, and so did Dukes. For Cal, 2 for 2. Levon gets a strike on the outer half, and the count's even. Blake, Belliard, Martin, third, second, and first. No real blazing speed out there. The batter's the fastest guy. Base hit. Coming around is Belliard. Willingham's throw on target late. It gets away. Another error on the Nats. For some reason, Levon was backing that play up right behind the catcher, and the throw got by him too. And the Dodgers scored 2 to lead 4-2.
Well, right here, he throws a sinker down and away. Furcal hits it away to left field. Ronnie Belliard hustling his butt off. Will dive head first right here. And as Bob said, here on the Exmo, you'll see the ball get by Bard. Levon behind the umpire.
Yeah,
not backing up behind Bard. He might have gotten crossed up with the umpire.
I think he got tangled up with Phil Kazee, the home plate umpire, and couldn't get back there. Second and third to 1 out. Big inning capability for the Dodgers here. They already have 3 runs, and Ethier fouls one away.
Yeah, let's see what happens here with Levon and the umpire. Oh, Levon steps on the bat.
Yeah,
but really didn't look like he was trying to go deep behind home plate.
Yeah, I think Levon should have been there way before that. Another error, this one on Willingham for that throw. And a ball slapped to the right side will score another run.
Well,
Desmond throws out Ethier. 5-2 Dodgers.
You brought this up on the trip right at the end about situational hitting, and that is one of those. And James Loney gets another RBI. He just hit it on the ground to the deeper part of the infield, to second base, and the run scores easily from third with 1 out. I say James Loney, I meant Andre Ethier.
Here's Manny. But twice during this inning, the Nationals have allowed a man who singled to go to second base because of errors in the outfield. Double plays have not been in order this inning, and that hurt. And here's Manny, 1 RBI already tonight.
But it also helps right there too to have a big RBI guy like Ethier, and all he did was put the ball on the carpet right up the middle. Run scores easily, and now it's 5-2.
Good breaking ball.
Well, and you also hate too after you get the lead and you get a couple of runs on the board, and Levon went out there and now he's giving up 4 back.
Yeah. Nearing 80 pitches here in the 4th inning. Breaking ball. That'll untie your shoelaces and straighten out your dreadlocks. Strike 2.
Well, Manny doesn't look too bad on too many pitches, and right here he just tries to kill a dying 64-mile-an-hour curveball, and there you see him going out of his hitting zone to try to get that. I got him the same garbage pitch in the dirt. See if he chases it.
Fastball up, 3-2.
What exactly do you think Manny's trying to do with the hairdo?
He's expressing himself.
Like Medusa or Bob Marley? They're not even all the same length.
And Manny walks. Matt Kemp will be the 9th Dodger to bat in the inning on Levon's 4th walk of the evening. Matt Kemp, 2 ground balls, a double play ball, and a dribbler in front of the plate, and a high strike from Livan Hernandez. Rafael Furcal, the big 2-run single. Moved to 3rd on the Ethier ground ball prior to the Manny walk. Kemp on a big slow pitch into center. It's on the ground in front of Willie Harris, and the Dodgers lead 6-2. Kemp now,
I think that's going to do it for Levon.
4 for 7 career against Livan Hernandez, who's been knocked out of this game with only 2 outs registered against 9 hitters here in the 4th inning. Nats into the bullpen early. Marco Estrada will face James Loney next. your next trip at Southwest.com. And by McDonald's. Feeling thirsty? Try a refreshing 32-ounce Mickey D's sweet tea. I'm loving it at participating McDonald's. Well, it might be time to go get something refreshing the way this one's going. A 5-run fourth inning for the Dodgers. They lead the Nats 6-2. Marco Estrada has made one brief start down in Florida and one relief appearance for the Nats. And he's given up 5 runs in 3 1/3 innings on 3 walks and 3 hits. Levon gone after 3 2/3. 84 pitches, 43 strikes, 32 pitches this inning, and 54 in the last 2 innings.
And Levon started out decent enough, 30 pitches through 2 innings. He was averaging 15 an inning, and then, like you said, blew up 22 pitches the next inning and then melted down here in the top of the 4th.
Yeah, the double play ball was very handy back in the first. On a play left side off the bat of James Loney, who led off this inning with a base hit up the middle. Hernandez had faced the Dodgers twice previously. A run on 7 hits in 7 innings at LA, but then 8 runs on 11 hits in 4 innings in New York while pitching for the Mets. Hits it to right center. Elijah Dukes after it. Can't get it. 2 more runs will score. It's 8-2 Dodgers with a 7-run inning. And Loney ups his RBI total to 89.
Too much up and in there to Loney. He just shortens up the swing, connects with the fastball, and drives it to right center field. Elijah gives chase.
All 8 of those earned runs charged to Levon Hernandez. And Saul Rivera is up again. It's going to be a long night.
Well, it's going to be a long night if you throw it up to this Dodgers team. They already 3rd best hitting team in the National League. They now have scored 732 runs on the season.
Only the Angels and the Yankees have higher batting averages in all of baseball. Those teams are both batting in the mid 280s. Angels 285. Yankees 284. Dodgers lead this league at 272.
But you saw how the inning really started off with Loney's single and then Blake's single up the middle, and then Belliard took it to right center, but pretty much all hitting down on the ball. Yeah. Even though Levon's a fly ball pitcher, they were unselfish.
This thing about the Dodgers, they have one guy with 30 homers, one guy with 100 RBIs, and he's batting 2nd. Then they just have a bunch of good major league hitters, and they have speed to go with it.
Well, and look at their hitting instructor in Don Mattingly. I mean, he is, you talk about situational guru.
And Estrada with a breaking ball strikes out Casey Blake. 11 batters, 7 runs for the Dodgers to lead 8-2.
Bad hamstring, Bob.
Come on.
It was announced before the race started. A lot of bumping, jockeying for position. Then you see Abe coming on the inside. Can George hold him off? He does. Nice job, GW.
It's hard to hold off Abe. He's a great finisher. Just like in his political career when things started off so slowly. All right, guys, keep smiling, keep waving, keep cheering. Long way to go in this game. Dukes, Bard, and Desmond for the Nats, who've collected 2 runs on 3 hits so far. And Dukes to Hopper for Cowell. He likes to show off that arm, and he's got a great one. 1 out here in the 4th. Aflac trivia for you. Is it Dodger related? Aflac! The last pitcher with at least 20 complete games in a single season. Was it a Dodger? 20 complete games. That would take us probably back to the late 60s. Bard launches one to right. Nearing the scoreboard, Ethier, 2 outs.
I think Earl Hershiser probably had 20.
20?
In that. He won the Cy Young, I think, in '89.
Wow. Man, that seems like a lot for that era. I was thinking we had to go back to the late 60s for that. I'll go Drysdale, just for the sake of people my age. Those of us who were teenagers in the 60s getting to watch those great Dodger teams built on pitching and defense and speed. And a little floater out into right center. Belliard catches it off the bat of Ian Desmond. The Nats go very quickly against Hiroki Kuroda. This Saturday, the 2nd annual Gospel Music Fest at the ballpark. A post-game concert. You get in free if you have a ticket for the game. Performances by D.C., Maryland, and Virginia church choirs featuring soloist Antonio Giuliano and hosted by artist and composer Jeff Majors. Tickets start at $9. Nationals.com/gospel or 202-675-NATS.
Well, Andy Messersmith in '75 had 19 complete games.
I'm telling you, we're going back to the 60s. Ronnie Belliard leads off. He's done damage tonight, a walk and an RBI hit.
Your former partner, Don Sutton, racked up a lot of complete games. He and Andy Messersmith.
Yeah.
None of them had 20, though. I think you are correct, sir. I think we're going back to the 60s.
I'll get out my love beads and my headband.
And your bell bottoms and your elevator shoes. Did you have one of those leather vests with the tassels on it?
No.
Come on,
Rob, I grew up in the Midwest, not Haight-Ashbury. And a swing and a foul by Ronnie Belliard. Martin and the pitcher Kuroda is a follow here in the top of the 5th.
Bill Singer, Claude Osteen in '69, both at 16.
Keep going. I'm just going to take a wild guess and say it might be either
Koufax. Well, I'll
60.
say Koufax.
Well, I'm talking years. And Zimmerman's going to track this one down. Ryan's there to grab it. The Dodgers had their best pitching performances in '63, '66, and '68. Bob Gibson had that 1.12 ERA in '68, but Don Drysdale that year had a long scoreless streak of his own that Orel Hershiser broke 20 years later. Ask about the Nats at MASNsports.com. Email us your guesses only if you're not Googling at the moment, like somebody I know. Okay, we're trying to get to the truth here.
66. He had 27.
Who did?
Sandy Koufax.
Sandy Koufax.
Googling. I don't Google much.
Well, whatever your search engine is.
Oh, I remember sitting by the radio when I was 3, listening to Sandy Koufax twirl all those gems.
Up the middle by Russell Martin. He's aboard ahead of the pitcher. Sandy Koufax almost got me killed when I was 12 years old. A buddy of mine and I went to a Saturday afternoon game in St. Louis. He pitched that day. He had, remember that? That's when he had to ice his elbow for hours after every game. We waited outside the ballpark, and 3 hours after the game was over, at about 7 in the evening, Sandy Koufax and Maury Wills came out together. We got their autographs. We rode the bus home, thrilled, and my dad was waiting for me and wanted to break me in half. We didn't have a cell phone to call to say we were going to be late. But that's what kids do when they're around ballparks, I guess, sometimes. But watching those guys, and we didn't know it at the time. We knew they were great pitchers. We didn't know what kind of history we were watching with guys like that.
Well, and I was very blessed to have Don Drysdale, Sandy Koufax's teammate Stan Williams as my pitching coach, and I was able to meet Don Drysdale a few times, and one of the most wonderful people I've ever met. He passed away in 1993, but he always would talk pitching with you, and he'd try to give you some tips and hints. And same with Sandy Koufax. I mean, people like that maybe are a little bit more reserved in public, but in the baseball community, you're able to meet them sometimes and meet them halfway at what they were so great at. And Don Drysdale was just so wonderful.
Don Drysdale hit the ball well enough to be a position player.
And as mean and nasty as he was supposed to be on the field, he was just a wonderful human being.
One and 0 to the leadoff man, Rafael Furcal, who's had a perfect night. Singled in the first, doubled and scored in the third, singled in 2 runs in the fourth, and then scored. Funny, back in those days, you'd be watching the Beverly Hillbillies, and a Dodger would be on the show. Or you'd be watching Mr. Ed, and here comes a Dodger. They were TV stars back then, too.
Don Drysdale, my wife just told me, was on the Brady Bunch.
Yeah, I could see
back in the day.
Guzman's got it. And Marco Estrada gets the Nats. A scoreless inning on the board. After 4.5, it's all Dodgers, 8-2. Back to, did you say 1966?
66. Last year of Sandy Koufax's career.
Fernando.
Oh, no way.
Fernando. No wonder they blew him out so young. He was flamboyant. The Latin population in LA identified with him firsthand. A little left-handed version of Luis Tiant there.
Well, and he also repeated his delivery perfectly. So that changeup came from the same arm slot as the fastball. Unhittable at times. All right, you got me. 20 years later.
That's pretty tricky. Jorge Padilla will hit for Marco Estrada here.
If you go back to that 66 team, the Orioles swept them.
That's right.
World Series.
Yeah. Well, they had all those 20-game winners.
And by the way, I was just told today I will be helping Bob Uecker MC the Scouts Dinner again in Los Angeles this offseason. And the big award winner will be Brooks Robinson. So I'm looking forward to that.
You and Uecker on the same dais?
Myself and Mr. Uecker, we just did a video game for the Sony Wii.
What's it called? Knuckleball fastball?
Nintendo Wii. No, it's called Big League Blast.
Really?
It's a kid's game.
Fun.
So Mr. Uecker and myself, we ask a lot of trivia questions of the youth of America and the world. A lot of fun.
Man, you hit it big when you're on a video game. That is huge, Rob. And Padilla, a two-hopper. Rafael Furcal. Nats do not have a hit since the go-ahead homer by Adam Dunn 2 innings ago. Top of the order now, Harris and Guzman. Willie Harris won for his last 14. Gets under that one. Hits it toward the scoreboard. And that ball is up against the lights. And Willie's going to third base. Stay. Willie Harris with his 5th triple of the year. Got to hit the ball really high out there to get it over that 15-foot scoreboard.
Well, he crushes this 95-mile-an-hour offering from Kuroda. I was just going to say, he's thrown 70 pitches, 46 for strikes, so he's around the strike zone. Willie turns on the jets. You see Hot Rod coming around thinking in the Parker. When you're down 6 runs, that was kind of a moot point, and Pat Listash held him at third.
29 of his 65 hits this year, extra bases. Little tapper, that won't get the job done. Now Harris comes down the line. Kuroda held the ball. Willie Harris is out. Willie thought he was going to throw to first, and he didn't. 1-5-2 on the fielder's choice. Well, that's a bad base running play no matter what the score is when you're behind.
Well, Kuroda right here may have faked him out. Looked again. Got him, trying to cheat home. And then Willie is tagged out by Russell Martin blocking the plate at home, and Kuroda actually throws it the wrong place, but you never want to throw it to third. You saw Casey Blake quickly get it to home. You want to run the runner back towards the base he came, not ever towards home plate. And you see that running 94 by Kuroda. Said he makes the ball move an awful lot.
But I think we're seeing some of the byproducts of a struggling offense here.
Well, guys are trying to make things happen. And Willie just a little overzealous on that play. As we said, Pat Listash held him because you're down 6 runs. You want to try to peck away right here. You still have plenty of time to get back in this game.
Ryan Zimmerman, a base hit in the first, reached on the error by Furcal. In the third, ahead of the home run by Adam Dunn. That's a swing, says Tom Hallion. The inning's over. The Nats a 1-out triple. That was all she wrote, and on to the 6th inning. 8-2 Dodgers. Hit, 4th inning. Turning a 2-1 game into an 8-2 affair. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. Your world delivered. And our game summary, it's all about Furcal, the leadoff guy. On base 3 times, scoring twice, driving into Adam Dunn's 38th home run gave the Nats a brief 2-1 lead, bottom of the 3rd, and James Loney's had a good night as well with a base hit and a 2-run double. Top of the 6th, and Saul Rivera takes over after the Nats hit for Marco Estrada. Right side gobbled up by Desmond for the first down.
Wow, boy, did Fernando Valenzuela get ripped off in the Cy Young Award in '86. Those 20 complete games.
He didn't win.
Mike Scott won with 7 complete games. He was 18-10. Fernando was 21-11 with 20 complete games.
Did you say that was '86?
'86.
Well, Houston won their division that year. They had an epic LCS with the Mets before losing it. Manny's gone. 2 quick outs here. So I guess Mike Scott got a lot of those votes, Rob. And if I remember correctly, on the day the Astros clinched the division, Mike Scott pitched a no-hitter in that game.
Well,
he got himself a lot of votes at the tail end there.
I guess they didn't appreciate complete games like they appreciate them today.
Appreciate them. We marvel at them. Next up, Matt Kemp, 1 for 3 with an RBI hit. On the inside corner. On this road trip, the Dodgers go from here to play 4 games at Pittsburgh and then 2 at San Diego before finishing with the Rockies. There is no way the Dodgers are going to give up first place. And it looks like, unless the Nats and the Pirates do something unexpected, the Dodgers will finish with the best record in the league and have that home field throughout the playoffs. Just kind of a scheduling quirk. The Dodgers in the West, the Nationals in the East, and each of those divisions have 5 teams. So somebody has to be playing outside the division. Guzman to his right with a good reaction play. And on 3 balls in the infield, Saul Rivera gets a 1-2-3 6th inning. Adam Dunn is next. 8-2 Dodgers. You by Southwest Airlines. Book your next trip at southwest.com. By Corona and Corona Light. Kick back and relax with an ice cold Corona and lime. Relax responsibly. And by Land Rover, designed for the extraordinary. Bottom of the 6th inning coming up. Dunn, Willingham, and Dukes. And tonight's copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Washington Nationals. May not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. Adam Dunn, 38th home run last time. Fastball away. Maybe in an 8-2 game, Kuroda more apt to challenge him. We shall see. He doesn't want to walk anybody with a big lead. And he does see 2 consecutive fastballs. They both miss.
I still think he'll stay on the edge of the strike zone. Not really come inside.
You are correct. No way to pull that.
3rd inning. You're going to see this ball come in. Boom. And then go out.
And a 4-pitch walk to Adam Dunn. I guess he didn't mind walking someone to keep it in the park. And that'll be his 2nd walk of the night, both to Mr. Dunn. Adams on base average coming in .405, and it's on the way up again. Josh Willingham has struck out swinging twice. Hey, Rob, now, does the way you work one hitter sometimes have to do with who's coming up? In this case, a hitter that he's dominated so far?
He has struck out Willingham twice, and you are correct, Bob, when you say that there's no reason to really pitch that way to Adam.
Now he gets better than a strikeout, an easy 5-4-3 double play.
Gets his best friend to be rolled over to Casey Blake and starts a 5-4-3 double play. The reason this is a pitcher's best friend is because it erases 2 runners with 1 swing of the bat, 1 pitch. We talk about it. When you have an out, you're always 1 pitch away from pitching your way out of a jam, and right there, no outs, walk. The only man who's really hurt you tonight, a 2-run home run off the bat of Adam Dunn.
Little tapper by Dukes, and as the clock strikes 9, the Nats are done in the 6th. 2 ground balls, 3 outs. Nats Braves Friday. Post-game fireworks. It'll be the final one of the season, and it's presented this Friday by the Washington area Ford dealers. Get your tickets online, nationals.com, or call 202-675-NATS. Dad's waving. She's going to blow us a kiss. Thank you, dear.
Everybody's got the little babies out tonight.
Yeah. Well, they don't have any homework.
Isn't this the first day of fall, by the way?
22nd?
Yeah. First day of fall today.
Wow.
What was it, 95 here in D.C.? I'm kidding.
I had low 80s on my car thermometer this afternoon. A little muggy in town today. And a 2-hopper charged by Desmond. The speed of Loney influenced his approach to that ball. They'll give him an error. That'll be his 4th.
Well, he comes in, he tries to make a spectacular backhand. That's not going to work at second base. Tough to go into your right at that position. Sometimes it's better to just take the ball and try to make a great throw to first. Tough to learn positions at this level, even if you played back in high school and had a lot of reps at the right side of the infield where you're going towards third base.
Well, if this thing doesn't turn around, the Nationals will be battling tomorrow night to avoid loss number 100. 51-98 coming into this one. That was error number 130, including 3 tonight. I didn't think this offense was dependent upon one man. Oh, that ball is hammered by Casey Blake into the bullpen, and now it's 10-2. But ever since Niger Morgan got hurt, the Nats have struggled to score. The pitching has not been able to keep most of the games close, and this is a rout. The Dodgers out hitting the Nats 11-4 and leading 10-2. Casey Blake's 18th of the year.
This team's got some pop, especially down in the order. Casey Blake will throw 20-25 out there a year, and right there you hang a breaking ball, especially to a guy that for many years made a living off of crushing that pitch in the other league. That's an easy swing home run there for Casey Blake. Ronnie Belliard cutting down on his swing there. Or not.
7 spots in the Dodger lineup RBIs tonight. Only the 8-man, and he's been on base twice, and the pitcher without runs batted in. And that ball was hanging up in the zone, and Ronnie Belliard hammers it down the line. Saul Rivera is another one of the pitchers out of the bullpen who seems to have a hard time putting a 0 on the board when he comes out for a second inning.
Well, Ronnie Belliard's got a lot to prove to his old ball club, and he just strokes a bad pitch on the inner half down the left field line. He's having himself quite a night.
Russell Martin could become the 8th Dodger with an RBI. Former Dodger farmhand Victor Garate. And Zach Segovia, who has really struggled. What are you going to do when you're the manager? You're down 8, trying to get people out. And then you're hoping that you can save Burnett, Clippard, McDougal, maybe Bergman for tomorrow night when you might have the lead. Detweiler and Billings lead tomorrow night. And in the series finale on Thursday, J.D. Martin and Vicente Padilla, who, as Rob mentioned, is really pitching well for the Dodgers all of a sudden. So you've been given the pitching matchups for the next 2 nights. The Braves are in for the weekend. Mass in 2 We'll skip over to Mass and HD. 1 o'clock game. Make a note of the day game on Saturday. And then right back here at 1:30 with a 1:35 first pitch on Sunday. And then the Mets come in. Mets are here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week. Then it's off to finish the season with 4 in Atlanta. Three and two to Martin, who's walked and singled tonight. Yikes. That ball hit him. 2 on, nobody out. And Saul Rivera, after throwing 7 pitches to get 3 outs last inning, has thrown 17 to get nobody out this inning. And Rivera, a controlled pitcher, all over the place here.
Well, here comes Steve McCatty. Talk to him about just trying to stay over that leg a little bit longer, keep that front side in, and just try to work ahead here. You keep working behind, you're making these Dodger hitters even better and harder to get out. I said this about the Phillies. You want to bring your A game against these good teams, or they're just going to blow you out of the water.
What a good hitter.
Well, like I said before, situational hitting, and I've heard it from more than 1 or 2 or a dozen of his former teammates talk about how he approached the game. And it's all about just trying to put some numbers up on the board more than the other team, and if that means being unselfish and driving in runs.
Dukes will charge, and that'll keep a run from scoring. But on a base hit by the pitcher, the bases are loaded with nobody out.
Well, he fell behind Kuroda, and even that pitch was up, and Riggleman's going to go get him. I think he's seen enough.
3 hits this inning. A hit batter. A time of the year when you're trying to make that last impression over the last 2 weeks. '27th is Jerseys Off the Back Day Sunday, and then Tuesday night, T-shirt Tuesday. It's a free Natstown T-shirt a week from tonight. Nats Mets, 202-675-NATS, Nationals.com, or stop by the box office here at the ballpark. T-shirt Tuesday tonight featuring Screech. Jerseys off their backs Sunday. And then more T-shirts next Tuesday. Rafael Furcal and Victor Garate, who the Nats acquired off of waivers from the Dodgers on September 7th. Victor in 3 appearances, 2 innings, 4 runs, 4 hits, 2 walks. On the corner. The Dodgers have the bases loaded again. Belliard, Martin, and Kuroda. 2-2 pitch. That's a swing and a foul tip. In the nightcap of that doubleheader in Florida, Dan Uggla hit a home run in the 2nd inning. The Marlins have had single runs scored in the 4th and the 5th, including Cody Ross in his 23rd. And the Marlins lead the Phillies and Jamie Moyer 3-0. Minnesota's 4-4 with the White Sox in the middle innings at Chicago, while Detroit has just scored and leads at Cleveland 2-0 in the 8th inning. The Twins won last night and they're only 2.5 out. Up the middle, base hit. Belliard scores. Martin scores. It's 12-2. All 4 of the runs in this inning charged to Saul Rivera, who's still responsible for the pitcher standing on second base. And Rafael Furcal has a 4-hit, 4 RBI night.
Well, this pitch right there up in the zone for Cal. They tried to switch him around to right-handed, and he just drives it right back up the middle. And we talked about that. Don Mattingly preaches hitting the ball on the ground up the middle. Our coaching staff has tried to teach some of our players to do it. It's an easy way to get an RBI, and right there, because the infield was pulled in for double play depth, right by the infield, that got Furcal 2 RBI.
And here's Juan Pierre hitting for Andre Ethier. Pierre hitting .314 this year. He doesn't have any power, and he's driven in 30 runs. And there's Juan Castro running for Furcal. That ball flipped down the line and foul. This could look like a spring training game by the time it's over, because Joe Torre is smelling an opportunity to give a bunch of guys a few innings off.
Well, it also gets some guys some reps at the plate, like Juan Pierre, and ever since Manny Ramirez came back from his suspension, Juan Pierre was brilliant.
He always seems to be the odd man out, doesn't he?
Yeah, he
everywhere
does.
He goes. I still can't figure out why the Cubs let him go. When's the last good leadoff guy they've had?
Juan Pierre.
Alfonso Soriano's not really a leadoff guy.
No.
So Furcal is done. Ethier done. And these young Nationals pitchers are just doing nothing to solidify consideration for a job next year.
Well, I think they're solidifying a job in Syracuse, but not at the major league level. Keep working behind and walking people, and now Jim Riggleman's going to come to a double switch here.
Wow.
You know, you're not helping yourself. This is where you could be opening some eyes. You're getting a huge opportunity right here.
But the thing is, okay, they hadn't even announced the pinch hitter yet.
No, Jim Riggleman had seen enough. I mean,
okay.
You come in, you face a couple of guys, give up a hit, and then you walk one on 5 pitches.
Jason Repko is going to hit for Manny Ramirez, and Jim Riggleman's looking for somebody who can get somebody out.
You want to make sure they're off the air before I walk in front of the camera.
The Nats here in the top of the 7th inning. LA leading at 12-2. Justin Maxwell comes in on the double switch. He'll play center field and bat ninth. Willie Harris moves over to left. Josh Willingham out of the game. And the new pitcher is Zach Segovia. And he's really struggled in 4 games. 3 innings, 7 runs on 4 hits. 4 walks, 2 strikeouts. Jason Repko hitting for Manny Ramirez. Repko's an interesting story, a former #1 draft choice, and it's been a while. 10 years ago, on a play to the right side, Repko was drafted the 37th overall player, taken in '99. And he's hit .229 in 220 games in parts of 3 years with the Dodgers. Didn't play at all 2 years ago because of a torn hamstring in spring training. And a fly ball out to right center. Maxwell cruises for it. 2 runners will tag and move up. And the Dodgers lead 13-2. All 5 of the runs in this inning charged to Saul Rivera. Well, at least Segovia got an out. And here's the center fielder, Matt Kemp. So the Dodgers have had a 7-run 4th and a 5-run 7th tonight. Breaking ball, center cut for a strike. Kemp 1 for 4.
Well, Bob, something we've been saying all year, which has been wrong, is that Adam Dunn and Babe Ruth were tied for consecutive years with 40 home runs or more. Babe Ruth had 7 straight years of 40 or more home runs. 26 to 32. He had 47, 60, 54, 46, 49, 46. So even if Adam were to do this, he still wouldn't have more than Babe Ruth in consecutive years.
Good grab by Desmond on a double play relay that almost got away. And the Dodgers score another run. It's 14-2.
So I don't know where that statistic came from, but I apologize if I've been misleading our audience, because I'm pretty sure Alex Rodriguez had about 7 straight years of 40 or more home runs.
We're told he had 6. And the Dodgers will bat around again. This is Loney, who started this inning with that spinning ball booted by Ian Desmond. Loney tonight 2 for 4, base hit, run, 2-run double. Scored another run after that error. A chopper that gets by the mound. Somebody's going to have to hurry. And then Adam Dunn holds the ball. After Desmond missed it, the pitcher was heading over to first, but in between ball, they'll give a hit on that play. Kemp goes to second, and Loney has his third base hit.
Well, it's going from bad to worse right here. Someone's got to pick this ball up.
Yeah, Desmond pulled off it for Dunn.
I don't know why Desmond pulled off of that, because even if he makes that play, it's still going to be a tough play at first. And
Adam was obviously surprised he did so. Blake is 2 for 4 with a base hit and a home run, and Blake DeWitt will hit for Casey Blake.
Once again, the experimentation of a middle infielder at the major league level, and you saw it there. Didn't know what to do, whether or not to pick it up or let it go. And Adam Dunn is inexperienced at first base this year. This is his first year at the major league level, playing a new position.
Blake DeWitt's another former first rounder back in '04. He was a compensation pick for the Yankees when the Dodgers lost pitcher Paul Quantrill to New York.
Wow. DeWitt came up, was supposed to be a third baseman.
Yeah, and then he really struggled last year. He played 117 games, had 9 homers and 52 RBIs with the Dodgers for the stretch run. Went out and got Casey Blake, and that put Blake DeWitt back in the minor leagues. Up the middle, Guzman to his left, shovels to Desmond. Did he barehand that ball? I think he did. And the inning is over. Dodgers with a 6-run 7th. I'll be back.
With a 405 earned run average against our own Ross Detweiler, 0-6 with a 5.8 earned run average. Coverage begins at 6:30 with Nats Extra, hosted by Byron Kerr and the one and only Phil Wood. There you see the numbers side by side. Billingsley has struggled as of late. Ross Detweiler trying to get that first and very elusive major league win.
Dodgers changes all over the place. Blake DeWitt stays in after hitting for Casey Blake to play third base. The new first baseman, well, that's James Loney, who's been there all night. There'll be a new shortstop out there. Number 14 is Juan Castro, who takes over for Rafael Furcal. Juan Pierre's in left. And over in right field will be Jason Repko. Ronald Belisario will be the new pitcher, and they have a new catcher as well in there as A.J. Ellis comes in. And on one pitch, Josh Bard is out here in the 7th. There's A.J. Ellis. Told you it was going to become a spring training game. The only originals still in the game, Kemp, Belliard, and Loney for the Dodgers.
Well, Belisario has a very good arm, very lively, and you see those great numbers. 20 less hits than innings pitched, minuscule under 2 earned run average.
81 pitches, 52 strikes in 6 effective innings by Hiroki Kuroda, who only gave up 1 earned run. Zimmerman's ball booted by Furcal before the Dunn homer. If Furcal makes that play, the Nats would have been shut out through 6. Only 4 hits, walked a couple, struck out 6. And the hitter is Ian Desmond, 0 for 2 tonight. .92 ERA for Belisario in 66 innings. Nats have a runner. Justin Maxwell will be coming up next here with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th inning. Visit the official online shop of the Nationals at nationals.com. You can browse the largest online selection of authentic team gear, official caps, t-shirts, jerseys, collectibles, and more. Get it straight from the source, the nationals.com shop. Maxwell's bat was starting to warm up a little bit, and then he stopped playing. 233, couple of homers, 3 RBIs. He's 14 for 60, but he's collected more than half of those hits in the last 2 weeks. He gets jammed right there and pops it up to Castro, 2 outs. Willie hit one off the scoreboard last time up for a triple. Caught between third and home on a fielder's choice. And a fastball upstairs. Over the years, the Nats have played, with the exception of 07, the Dodgers pretty tough. 4-2 in 05, 2-4 in 06. The Dodgers won 5 out of 6 2 years ago, and the ball club split 6 games last year. They had split the first 2 of this season until this game tonight. That 5.12 ERA is going to go up Harris ground ball right side. Diving stop Loney to the pitcher. Belisario covering. Well done by the Dodgers. 4th in the league in defense. This game into the 8th inning. And by McDonald's, feeling thirsty? Try a refreshing 32-ounce Mickey D's sweet tea. I'm loving it at participating McDonald's. Well, it turned into a nice night in our nation's capital. 75 degrees at game time, but it is hideous on the scoreboard 2.5 hours later. Pete Orr comes in to play third base for Ryan Zimmerman. And then over at first, Adam Dunn is out for the rest of the ball game. And guess who came to pinch hit? Jim Thome. You and I were talking earlier tonight, Rob, after we'd researched some of his career numbers. The man from Peoria, 39 years old, has had a wonderful career. Not hitting the ball on the ground. And still time. Oh, my. Thome was not running hard, and Desmond throws him out. That was a little embarrassing on both sides of the ball. More on the career of Jim Thome later in the series.
Well, Jim hits the ball on the ground right here. He thinks it's an easy play at second base, and he has been hampered by a leg injury. And you see he's having trouble getting down the line.
And the catcher, A.J. Ellis, pops one up near the mound. Pete Orr has it. 2 outs. Johnny Holiday and Phil Wood with Nets Extra coming up. A short night for Levon, a longer night for Kuroda. Jim Riggleman's press conference, Ross Detweiler, Chad Billingsley tomorrow. Chin Lung Hu will be the pinch hitter here in the number 9 spot for the Dodgers. Chin Lung Hu, switch hitting, or rather right-handed hitting shortstop, 25 years old, from Taiwan. Third player from Taiwan to sign with the Dodgers. The best known one is pitcher Hong Chi Kuo. And Hu played 77 games in parts of 2 years with the Dodgers, 07-08. So now only Mark Loretta, Brad Osmus, and Orlando Hudson have not seen action for the Dodgers. Games like tonight are when bench coaches become invaluable. Just trying to line it all up, who plays for who hits for who. And you try to get everybody, as Rob mentioned earlier, a little bit of action in a ball game like this. A rare thing in September when you have a game like this. Well, in fact, Pat Corrales is looking at his card right now to keep track of everything. Orr and Morse, by the way, straight up for the Nats for Zimmerman and Dunn in the 3-hole and the 4 spot. Three balls and 2 strikes. Well, Segovia's come in, gotten 5 outs, giving up only an infield hit. And he throws it by Who. And that's it for the Dodgers in the top of the 8th inning. 14-2, 2, 3, and 4 coming up.
(14-2). Coors Light Freeze Cam brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. James Loney showing you why he's one of the best first basemen in the league from his rear end. First he makes the catch. You see the freeze cam on that. So he lays full out, full extension from his buttocks. And then he throws out the runner, and Belisario doing a nice job, and then he spanks him on the butt. And Coors Light Freeze Cam shows you why the Dodgers defense and that team is so well balanced.
Jin Lung Hu in to stay, and he plays shortstop. Ronnie Belliard is out for the night, and Castro moves over to second base. Clayton Kershaw
getting a little work. As I said before, he hurt his right shoulder, Bob, power shagging during batting practice.
Yeah.
But this kid has one live arm.
Yeah, the Nats have seen him. 28 starts on the year.
Yeah, we saw him out in LA. He was humming the ball in there in the mid-90s.
In fact, the Nats saw 2 lefties, Kershaw followed by Randy Wolf in that series. And on Wednesday, May 6th, Kershaw only gave the Nats a run on 4 hits in 5 innings, getting the win, his first of the year, in a 10-3 Dodger blowout. Daniel Cabrera was the starter that night. Guzman 0 for 3. Pete Orr and Mike Morse to follow.
Wow. 4 for 5 off to the young lefty.
But Christian Guzman's in a free fall right now, hitting a .175 over his last 31 games. That's a strike, 2-1.
His average is all the way down to 286, Bob, and this is the one time of year you really don't want to go into a major slump. Hurts your overall seasonal average.
Leaves a real bad taste for 6 months. And a 2-2 to Guzman. Out to right field, and right there is Jason Repko, 1 out.
And Kershaw comes in pumping 94, 95 mile-an-hour fastballs. Guzman, a very good hitter. And like you said, Bob, in a slump and overmatched, pops it out to right field.
Pete Orr gets in a bat against a lefty here. Pete 15 for 49, hitting .306. He told me today he's looking forward to going down to Florida and putting on a catcher's mitt and doing a little work back there.
Versatility. Talked about that a lot. It'll get you a major league job. It's definitely worthwhile exploring that option.
Well, Pete Orr turned 30 on the 8th of June. He's in fantastic shape, as fast as anybody on the team except for Nyjer Morgan. And he's willing to do whatever it takes, as Rob says, to stay in the major leagues. Big Mike Morse. And a 2-2 to Pete. He tips it right into the glove of Ellis, 2 outs. He's not in the game anymore, Rob, but Adam Dunn's home run back in the 3rd, our 4th drive of the game.
Well, it's nice to see Haas get back on the board there with a homer off Kuroda. The only run scored against him tonight. Adam Dunn gets the 4th drive of the game with that 38th home run on the season for him.
Mike Morse swings through 1. Morse hitting .261, 6 for 23. Looks like Logan Kensing will pitch the 9th. Nightcap of that doubleheader in Florida. They're now in the bottom of the 8th. Anibal Sanchez having quite a nightcap. 3-0 Marlins over the Phillies, who won the first game this afternoon 9-3 behind Joe Blanton. Morse on a pitch up and away, strikes out. The Nationals have 1 hit since our 4th drive of the game 5 innings ago. Dodgers by 12 into the 9th. Dodgers lead at 14-2. Our buddies down in Woodbridge are taking reservations for season tickets and mini plans. You can join the party for 2010 with the Potomac Nationals. To check out the schedule and reserve your seats for next season, log on to PotomacNationals.com or call 703-590-2311. Alberto Gonzalez will bat fifth and play shortstop. And pitching in the number 2 hole, Logan Kensing. For the Dodgers, top of the order. First up, Juan Castro, who came into pinch run for Rafael Furcal in the 7th. Since then, he's played shortstop and now at second base. Castro, 37 years of age. He's been with the Dodgers a couple of times, the Reds, the Twins, last year Cincinnati and Baltimore. Slaps one out to short. Alberto Gonzalez up with it. 1 out. Next up, Juan Pierre. Pierre walked last time up, forced out at second base. Be a lot of ball clubs that would like to have this guy on their roster, hitting at the top of the order. The career batting average coming into this season of 300, and an on-base percentage which isn't great, but it's not horrible, 371 in 10 years with Colorado, Florida, the Cubs, and the Dodgers. He makes contact 94% of the time. Kensing on a comebacker grabs it. And Jason Repko, another AB for the Dodgers, who will send Chad Billingsley to the mound tomorrow night. 3-0, 2.61 against the Nationals in 3 career starts. Ross Detweiler for Washington. Nats Extra at 6:30 tomorrow night. First pitch around 7:05. Mass in HD. Another one for Gonzalez. And a 1-2-3 ninth inning for Logan Kensing. Gonzalez, Dukes, and Bard coming up.
Postgame coming up at the game's conclusion. I think we saw tonight why the National League West leader is the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Well, Johnny, there's no way to sugarcoat this one. The Dodgers in control, scoring early and often, and 2 big innings for Los Angeles.
And, of course, they showed why they got so much pop. But were you surprised with Corona, as effective as he was tonight in this game?
Not really. He's had very good success keeping the ball down in the zone, getting lots of ground balls. A lot of strikeouts tonight, too.
Well, we will talk about this and try to dissect it as best we can when we come back when the ball game is over. Let's send you back upstairs to Bob and to Rob.
Thank you, gentlemen. Bottom of the ninth coming up. Gonzalez, Dukes, and Bard for the Nationals.
Well, I think you just digest it as this. Playing a good team is where you want to be. Whether it's next year, the year after that. Los Angeles Dodgers have spent a lot of money, a lot of time evaluating talent, and that's why they're in the position they're in right now.
Yeah, this is a team that has a legitimate chance to be in the World Series. They're about to grab, if they take care of business in this series and then on to Pittsburgh, home field advantage through the division series and the LCS.
And obviously they've done a few things down the stretch, and whether it was picking up Belliard or Vicente Padilla, John Garland went out and got some guys for that bullpen.
Dodgers about to win their 91st game of the year. St. Louis is on their way to their 89th, leading 7-1 at Houston. And the Phillies already have 88 tonight, but they're losing the nightcap.
There you go.
The playoffs started
today.
Yeah.
I mean, even that Rockies-Phillies series is going to be a good one. The Dodgers-Cardinals would be awesome.
And the teams on the left would be the home teams.
Boy, the Angels would have to figure out a way to beat the Red Sox.
That's a strikeout of Gonzalez, who's going to stand there, look at the umpire, and get tagged out.
The only saving grace for the Angels right now is the Red Sox would have to come to L.A. first, then go back to Boston.
Yeah, because, boy, the Red Sox have played them well, haven't they?
Yes, they have.
Here's Elijah Dukes 0 for 3. His 21-game on-base streak at stake here.
You see the Dodgers, they have a lot of talent that they've brought up from their own organization, sprinkled in with a lot of expensive free agents.
Kershaw rolls a breaking ball in there. Braves trying to close out a 3-1 win, bottom of the ninth at New York. They would gain a half game on the Phillies if the Phils split that double dip with Florida, but they'd still be 7.5 out.
St. Louis pounding on the Astros. Could be the Astros' 9th straight loss. They just fired their manager, Cecil Cooper, with about 12 games remaining.
Yeah, you talked to Ed Wade, their GM, today, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Why did they do that now?
He had been thinking about it for a while, and he wanted to just get it done now. Give Dave Clark, guy I used to play against, a really class act, and someone who knows a lot of the younger players in the organization, managed at the lower levels. A couple of weeks to try to turn things around, make a negative into a positive going into the offseason, and then they can evaluate some of the players and some of the coaches going into the offseason. They told all the coaches, whether it was today or yesterday, they sat them all down, and even Dave Clark, and said, hey, you know, until we settle who's going to be managing this team, we cannot give you guys a firm answer on whether you'll be back next year. So he wanted to be honest with those guys early before the season was over.
I think being a coach at the major league level, unless you're with a team that wins year after year, is the ultimate day-to-day sort of thing. These guys work hard. They put in unbelievable hours at the ballpark, and most of them don't know if they have a job the following year.
And that's a tough situation. That team had a $103 million payroll, won 86 games last year. Now you're 70 and 80. You're struggling. But yeah, it is a very insecure world as a manager or a coach at the major league level.
Dukes takes a breaking ball and he's on base for the 22nd consecutive game. Walking 17 times during that sequence. And that was a pretty good at bat by Elijah. Here's Josh Bard. And he and Desmond on deck here in the ninth. Detroit and Minnesota both leading tonight. Tigers 3-1, bottom of the ninth at Cleveland, and Minnesota 7-5, top 7 at Chicago. We've reached the 10 o'clock hour here at Nationals Park. Nats down 14-2, and Josh Bard fouls one away. Braves closed out that win at New York 3-1. And Josh Bard on a fastball up in the zone, called out. 2 outs here in the ninth. Kershaw has fanned for the 5. He's retired.
Well, Kershaw's throwing the ball very hard. It's a little bit up and out, but it's a 12-run lead. I think it's more of a case that it was close enough for the umpire to say, listen, you better be swinging in a game like this.
Yeah.
I don't think it's anything personal.
Andy and Desmond takes one and misses away. Desmond 0 for 2 tonight with a walk. Things have gotten tough here at home for the Nats the last couple of homestands. Still stuck on 29 wins here. In early August, they were starting to threaten possibly getting close to 500 at home. But now 14 under, 33 under on the road. And win number 91 for the Dodgers, loss number 99 for the Nats, staring them in the face here. That's a high strike, and it's 3-1. Top of the ninth at Florida now. Phillies batting down 3-0. Justin Maxwell if the inning continues. Strike 2.
I would think Nationals could get hot. I mean, the Pirates right now are 56-92. What you shoot for is maybe not the worst record in the National League.
And Desmond, a chopper to the mound. Bad throw, good pick. Dodgers win it. A 7-run 4th inning put this one away, and a 6-run 7th inning added to the insult. For Rob Dibble and Debbie Taylor, Bob Carpenter, Dodgers